I'm going to show you everything you need to know to be ready for the upcoming Season 4 update in Arena Breakout Infinite. I have exclusive access to the brand new airport map, the new guns and equipment, and even the new game modes. We have so much to go over, so let's get started. First up, let's quickly go over the upcoming optimization changes and some quality of life features. Starting with the in-raid optimizations, we are finally getting a bump in server tick rate up to 72. This is going to make a huge difference in how the game plays and feels when doing pretty much anything, but it will be most noticeable when in a gunfight. Your shots and hits should register so much better, and this will really help reduce any desync issues you may be having. This is going to be such a nice change. It is going to make the game feel so much better to play. Aside from the server tick rate, we also have some new red tier items being added into the game to try and find and loot. We have an EEG, capsule TV, real matrix, and an ancient gold mask. Now, these are the previews I was shown, but the developers say there will be even more brand new red items to find. Quick side note on looting, there will also be an update to looting in general, and that looting speed will now vary based on the item's level. So in theory, it should be super fast to loot the basic items we find and take slightly longer to loot any gold or red items. What do you guys think about that? Is that something you think is a good or bad change? Moving forward, there are also some brand new magazine loading animations to add some variety into the reload visuals. We also have some optimization to the minimap and a couple updates here to make it feel smoother when opening and when zooming in or out, or just using it in general. There's an update to the results screen that pops up after a raid is finished. More details about your raids, such as ricochet stats and damage that is blocked by armor. There's an update to the map selection screen where moving through and selecting maps should feel a bit smoother and easier to navigate. Moving on to some general quality of life changes. The most notable one here is an update to our storage. We will be able to obtain more storage slots by upgrading our storage container. Moving forward, there is a new feature called auto sharpening effect toggle, and this is related to using painkillers. Currently, when you use a painkiller, your screen sharpness is greatly increased, and in my opinion, it's increased a little bit too much. So with this new toggle, it seems we can disable that effect from even happening at all. While the auto sharpness is a nice feature to easily tell when your painkillers are active or not, having the choice to have it happen or not in general is a great change for those who still find it visually annoying, so simply being able to turn it on or off will be great. Another small change coming has to do with unloading bullets from magazines. The unloaded bullets will now prioritize stacking onto incomplete stacks of ammo versus starting their own new stack. A small change to wish listing items is coming, so we can now wish list 15 items up from 10. There is also an update to where players will be able to team up with strangers based on their tags in the world channel. Now, those are all of the major optimization and changes, so for these smaller ones, I'm going to just read these off real quick, and then we can move on to the bigger and more fun updates like the new map, the new modes, the new weapons. But I will say, so far the game really does feel so much better and smoother, so the optimization and tick rate updates seem to have really helped a lot. In the configure gear section, we can now select new, newer, or worn right from this selection screen, so we don't have to go directly to the market to buy gear of lower durability. In the stronghold, we have a new record display tab to display music records, it seems. Additionally, each of the areas in the stronghold got a visual update, so this looks much better in my opinion. There is also a new storage tab to upgrade storage capacity. Intel Broker has been added to the store where you can spend encrypted files for a chance at Vincent diamonds or coins. The med supply vendor has been changed to Lyle Moreno, and it looks like he is selling the exact same supplies as the previous vendor. The keychain layout has been updated to be more condensed and organized. Quick kits seem to be about the same, but on some of the refreshes for me, it looked like there were some more variety on the scope or sights that are on some of the guns. 75 season missions are coming. I believe that's 15 more than season 3, and the reward for completing all 75 is a profile banner that looks like this. The minimum gear value on lockdown zone seems to be now 150k, up from 100k. Looking at the new airport map, there are going to be 9 keys to find, buy, and use. When looking at the vendors and the items they sell, you can compare their price to the market price, which is going to be really nice for those of us that like to flip items for some extra money. I'm also sad to say you can still put weapon parts in your rig or backpack to lower your equipment value. Hopefully this still changes by the time the season starts, because a lot of us have been talking about this issue. It really does need a change to stop people from bringing in millions of gear into modes with equipment caps. Now, before we check out the new maps and modes, let's take a look at the new weapons and equipment. We have 3 brand new guns and a new tactical grenade to check out. First up, we have the AMB-17. Next up, we have the T191. And finally, we have the U191. After testing all 3 and building them out, I would say the T191 feels and performs similar to the AK-12 to me, but with a bit less accuracy, and once it's built out, it actually costs more than a good AK-12, so I don't know if I would pick this over the AK-12. The AMB-17 feels to me like a mix between the MCX and the MPX, and overall it's been fun to use, so no complaints here. As for the U191, I think I just found my M110 replacement and my new favorite gun, so yeah, it's pretty good. Taking a look at the new tactical grenade, we have the multi-burst flashbang. This works just like a normal flash, but it will reactivate 3 times with a small delay in between each flash. Here's how it compares side by side. These actually are really good, so it'll be interesting to see how the price of these end up being on the marketplace and how much the price of the standard flashbang ends up dropping if no one's going to use these anymore after the new update. There's another note from the developers that say many other tactical accessories are going to be coming with the new season. I'm not seeing those yet, so I'm assuming they're going to be updated with the new season upon full release, so we'll just have to wait to see what those are. Taking a look at the new modes coming with Season 4, first up we have a melee only mode. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to be a permanent mode or if it will rotate out, but either way, melee only combat is coming, and this seems to be a casual mode where there is melee only combat on snowy Northridge. Here's a sample of exactly what it looks like. I played it for all of 30 seconds, and honestly, it was about as exciting as it looks. It wasn't, so it is what it is. Here it is. Next up, we have another new feature called Intel Black Market. Now, I touched on this a little bit ago, but this will be playable on the new airport map or on snowy Northridge. There will be an encrypted file dropped somewhere on the map, and it must be found and extracted with. Once the file is picked up, the one who was holding it will be exposed to all players. This is a cool concept, but after testing it a couple times, as you can see here, I extracted with the file, and that was cool, but once I turned it into the black market, all I got was a few coins, so I don't know if the risk of trying to extract with that and having your position publicly shown to the lobby where they can easily come and hunt you down is really worth it, because typically to me, the gear that I'm bringing into the raid or trying to extract with is going to be much more valuable than the risk of getting this intel out and turning it in just for a few coins. Now let's take a look at Northridge. Of course, it's now becoming snowy Northridge. The map seems to be mostly the same with some slight terrain changes due to the snow, but most notably, the snow will now cause players to leave behind footprints. This will be huge when following or tracking down players. If you find yourself running away or ratting, it's going to be easy to follow you based on your footprints. I think this is a cool change, as anytime the map can change based on how players interact with it, always adds another element to the game that makes it a bit more immersive. As you can see, all the water is frozen, so the big lake that's in the middle by the bridge extract is now frozen over, so players can move around in there. I think this is a pretty cool visual update. It's nice just to mix it up a bit. Whether you like Northridge or not, it's nice to just see something different. Now, the best part about this whole update, of course, is the new airport map, which I'm personally looking forward to the most. We finally are getting a new map, which is long overdue. And before we hop in and start exploring, the most notable thing here that the developers say is that that this is the first cooperative extraction map that includes multiple interactive mechanics. I'll be honest, I have no idea what that means, but it sounds like maybe there are tasks or missions that require a teammate or maybe teaming up with another squad. I hope that means proximity voice chat is going to be coming, because that would be an amazing update. And if we're going to need to team up with other squads to extract, we're definitely going to need to be able to communicate with them. I have no idea, but this map really does look awesome. And I've always said an airport or a massive shopping mall would be such a cool map to have in this game. So I'm super excited for this map. Now, the airport map itself is around 600 meters wide and around 500 to 550 meters from top to bottom, which for comparison, I believe the entire width of the Northridge map is around 1300 meters. So the airport map is still a decent size, but it's about half the size of Northridge. My first impressions of the map so far are good. I still have lots to explore, and unfortunately right now in the playtest, the ability to play the map is on a rotating basis, so I don't even have access to the map today. But the little bit I was able to play, it's pretty fun. There's 9 main areas to explore and check out. The center control tower has a lot to see and explore. There's multiple levels, so it's really everything I'm looking for out of an airport map. I think it's really cool, so I can't wait for you guys to be able to try it. But aside from that, that's pretty much the bulk of all the major changes and features coming with Season 4. Let me know your thoughts on all of this. Do you like these changes? Do you not like them? What do you think they still need to change or fix? Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you guys in the next video.